Hi, welcome back to the Path on the Street. I'm Yining.
I'm Beth.
Today I'm going to ask Michigan students questions about pathology. Which branch of pathology use laboratory testing of blood, body fluids, and other specimens to aid in diagnosing and monitoring disease? The first option A, biological pathology, B, clinical pathology, C, functional pathology, D, surgical pathology.
Clinical?
I'm gonna go with C.
I might say C though. Functional?
I'm guessing
C.
C, but I'm a C.
C.
Yeah.
C.
I think B. Yeah, B.
Yeah, B is the right answer. Great.
What do you think translational pathology means?
DNA.
Ooh, great guess.
Yeah. I was just thinking like language or something like, I don't know, linguistic translations, but I don't know how pathology like relates to that.
Like how viruses change, maybe?
Diseases go from other animals to humans.
Translational pathology, perhaps it sounds like you're applying one area of pathology to another, maybe?
Yeah, or outside of pathology, maybe. I don't know.
But maybe, perhaps. Or like one area to another.
Yeah.
I feel like it's from something to another.
Yeah, you guys are right on. Translational pathology is when these researchers, they take their lab findings and translate into clinical practice to improve patient care. So great answer, you guys.
If you are a pathologist, you examine a cell under a microscope. Which of the following characteristics will help you determine the cell is cancerous? A. Uncontrolled growth. B. A nucleus that is larger and darker than normal. C. Rotations in the size and shape of cells. D. All of the above.
D. D, all above.
Wouldn't it be D?
D, all of the above.
Yeah, that's right. Good guess.
Our pathologist, Dr. Rich Miller, he studies aging, and he holds the record for the longest lived mouse. How long do you think this mouse lived?
Maybe like 4 or 5 years?
I'm gonna go 18 years.
I'll go 19.
I think it's 4 maybe.
I think it's 25.
25. Okay.
30 years.
Oh, I was gonna go under that, but I don't know, your reaction made it seem like that was realistic.
Don't think too hard. Come on.
Okay, 25.
You know, those are great guesses. There's actually only 4 years. As a follow-up, how long do you think the average mouse lives?
2 years.
6 months.
67 days. 1 year. Probably two-ish years.
That is exactly right, around 2 years.
What's the difference between a wet lab and a dry lab?
A wet lab uses more advanced techniques to measure things. Dry lab, it's more on like a macro scale, maybe bigger experiments. I don't really know
How sterilized it is? I'm gonna go. Wet lab deals with wet things, and a dry lab deals with dry things.
Does a wet lab have to do with fluids like blood or plasma or something maybe?
Yeah.
And dry labs don't?
I think for wet lab, is it they have all this liquid stuff to cultivate cells and something like that. For dry lab, it's just analysis and computation. Is that?
Yeah, they're very close. A wet lab is where the branch research is drawn, utilizing chemicals, heat, fluid, and tissues. A dry lab is where it's computer-based. It's mostly do simulations.
I see.
Yeah.
So here at the University of Michigan, we have 40 pathology research labs. Can you think of some areas that maybe pathologists study?
I don't know, like microbiology or
Cancer studies, things with aging, development, probably like DNA.
Gene editing.
Maybe a lot of research into like cancer.
Cancer.
I feel like you could do like any area of the body, honestly, any kind of diseases, like kidneys, lungs, any kind of bone, any kind of like the brain. You know, I feel like honestly, you name any body system and then any kind of disease, and pathology probably studies it.
Yeah, you guys would be exactly right. How long do you think that it takes for a MCP student to get their PhD? How many years?
I'm gonna go 8.
I'm gonna go 6.
I'm gonna go 5.
I'm gonna go 7.
I'm gonna go 6.
Like a year?
I would think like maybe 2-3 years.
I'm thinking around like a 4 to 5 year timeline.
Someone got the answer. Who do you think got the answer?
I think I got the answer. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5 with him.
Yeah, it's 5 years.
Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something new. Bye.